All right, gang. So markets are crap, right? So we're gonna go ahead and do a lesson here on dividend risk and what that entails too when you have an in the money short option. Okay, so first off here, dividend risk only is an issue if you have a short call that is in the money. All right, let me just get to just pull up a stock here. So if you had a strangle on and you're sitting like this, completely out of the money, then you really don't have any issue to worry about with your dividend risk. Okay, dividend risk entails if you maybe either A, are just playing short on something and you fall into the money, or B, you maybe went inverted and you have that short call. So puts do not matter, your calls do not matter if they're out of the money. Likewise, if you have a long call, that's not going to matter either. What becomes an issue with dividend risk is the closer you come to expiration and if your short strike is in the money. Now, not all of them are at risk. Well, you're at risk regardless in the money because you can always be assigned at that point, right? At any given time. But for a dividend risk situation, you can be in the money and not totally be at risk, especially if you're further out in time. Okay, it's when you start getting close to where the intrinsic value and extrinsic value come in line and your dividend amount. Okay, so what you always want to do is, let's see, do we have anything that I can show here? Let's see what's coming up with dividends. Looks like, give me one that's actually liquid though. What do we got that's liquid that I can look at? I mean, McDonald's, 3M. Actually, mobile might work, but it doesn't have a dividend soon. Let's see. I was looking at it yesterday. Where'd it go? I think it's Pepsi. Yeah, okay, so here we go. Right? Pepsi's got dividends coming up here March 4th. All right? If you were sitting here still for some reason in the March cycle with a short call, you should already be in April, but nonetheless, you got a short call over here. Okay? You're going to have some risk because actually dividends, that's actually ex-dividend days today, so you're going to want to be out before that, but whatever. So you want to take a look, right? You can see that the dividend is $1.02. So you want to see if you're going to be at risk here. And the easiest way to do that is actually changing your column on your broker. You should have this all available to the extrinsic here. Okay. And seeing where that is at. If the price is less than the dividend amount, you're going to be at risk. So you can see here that the dividend is $1.02. Okay. Well, if you're short anywhere from pretty much the 128 strike or higher, you're not really going to be at risk, but you always still have a little bit risk. Yeah, thank you, Ben. I can never say that word. You're still going to have that risk, but this is more than $1.02. So odds are, you'll be okay, but always, well, just in case, I should just roll out, right? Or close the trade or something. But if you're down here where this is more than the dividend amount, you're going to be most likely okay. You have, no real dividend issues. But if you were short the 127s or below, where that extrinsic value, I'm never going to say that right, is lower than the dividend, then you have a chance of being assigned here, and then, you don't want that to happen, okay? Another way to calculate that is using the put side, okay? And that's called the put call parity, really. And you can just look like, okay, I have this strike here. Now, you can look at the equal put here and see where it's currently trading at. And if it's more than the dividend, you're going to be okay as well, right? $1.02, that put is trading at 118, so you're fine, right? And that equals to here, $1.25. Likewise, if you were here, you can see that the put lines up. That's trading below the dividend. So is this. All right. So those are a couple of ways. The manual way to calculate this, right, is let me see, where's my notes on that one? Okay, you got to take the strike price and your premium amount, and that's going to give you, the strike price and your underlying amount, right? And that's going to give you your intrinsic value. Okay, let me get a calculator here to show you. Should line up actually perfect if it's close. So you're gonna come here, right? And the underlying price on Pepsi is 131.18, and you're gonna take that strike price. Okay, you have $3.18 in intrinsic value. Now to get your I can't say that word. I can't say that word. You're gonna take the premium, okay, which is 450. Let me bring the other calculator up, right? 450, and you're gonna minus that 318, and see that it calculates it for you. So you have that other way if maybe you don't have that column available on your platform. You can do it manually to calculate, and you can see, okay, well, there's $1.32. That's more than the dividend amount. I'm gonna be okay if for some, reason you want to stay in here. Now, what are my options if I don't want to be in this or I'm worried about it? Obviously would be, let me just close that play, take the loss, okay? Or you can go ahead and roll out into a different month, okay? And as you can see, it's $2, so now you have no risk there and you're collecting some. Or you could roll out of the money, finance it with a put, turn it into a strangle. You got a couple of different ways that you can do that, all right? But typically, you just want to make sure that the extrinsic value is higher than what the dividend amount is, and you're not going to have any risk there to being assigned on that one, okay? Let me see here. Yeah, so you close a short strike, roll it out, or roll out of the money and finance it, all right? Your head is hurting? Well, I recorded that. So again, just to, the takeaways on this, right? The easiest way to do it is seeing if you have on your platform the extrinsic column. Okay, bring that up. You have a short strike in the money. See where it's trading, where that extrinsic value is, and match it up to what the dividend is. If it is less than your dividend, you are at risk and you need to either close, roll, or roll out of the money and finance it with another side. All right. And the other easiest way is to check the value of the put. If that value of the equal put strike is trading lower than the dividend amount, you also at risk. Okay. I made the notes so I don't forget anything there, Brandon. Come on, man. All right, so that's really, that was pretty quick lesson here, but that is really the gist of your dividends, okay? So out of the money options does not matter, right? You have no problem if you have a strangle. You have no problem if you're short a put. You have no problem if you have short a put in the money. Your only issue is a naked call deep in the money, okay? And so just check that extrinsic value. I'm gonna get crap for this. Never gonna say that word right. If it is, again, less than the amount, you are at risk. If it is over the dividend amount, you have very little chance of being assigned. Now, because you're in the money, you will always have that chance of being assigned. So it's always good to still roll, okay? And the further out you are, the less chance you're gonna have, right? One day out, uh-oh. As I was saying before my internet went out, the closer you are to expiration, the higher at risk you are for assignment on anything that's in the money. And that goes true for your dividend risk, right? You're 1 day out, 8 days out, 15, even 21 days out. If you have that short call in the money anywhere, you're at a higher chance of assignment than if you were out in a normal cycle and in the money, okay? So just kind of consider that. Short calls in the money, you really need to pay attention to. You really need to pay attention to if that product has dividends and where you're currently trading. If you're like, oh, I'm almost profitable, I want to uninvert, and then realize, oh crap, I have dividends, quickly check to see where that equal put is trading at or your extrinsic value and make sure it's higher than your dividend. And then still, again, roll out in time, right? Just roll out in time, raise that value, roll out the money, or close the trade. Those are your options, all right? So pretty easy once you understand it. Just remember, where is that short put trading at, or what is my extrinsic? I'm not saying that word. Where's the value of the extras? I give up. Where's the value on that extrinsic value? There we go. I said it right this time. Okay. And other than that, you'll be okay. All right. So there we go. Yeah, English major, right? Horrible. All right. Any other questions on that? You guys, I know there was a lot to take in very little amount of time, but that is ultimately the gist there on your dividend risk on anything that you have that may have dividends with a short call in the money. Okay. All right, so last assignment is only risk with the dividend as well. Do you mean like your assignment of that call, or actually having to pay that dividend? And the answer is you will be responsible to pay that dividend as well. So you want to make sure that you are not at risk, because if you leave it on and you are assigned, you're also, you're going to wake up short 100 shares, but also have to pay that dividend. Okay. There are some things that are very illiquid, and you can see that the value, let me see if this is one that's going to show it. Now they all consistently go down. There was a couple here that I was looking at yesterday where it was like, oh, well, this strike wasn't at risk, but this one was, but then this one was not. And it's safe to say if one of them is at risk, anything below is going to be it. I just don't see anything that's showing. I don't remember what stock I was looking at. Maybe it's because it was after hours. I could also just been throwing it off, but come on, Tasty, load for me. All right. Yeah, I mean, this one's not really showing it, but dang it. Give me one that's showing it, and it might not. Maybe it was just after hours. Some illiquid stocks, you'll see that, that one either. You'll see like the extrinsic value will be like $1, and then it'll be like $1.15, and then it drops back down to like $1.05, and you'll be like, well, how is one strike at risk and the other one's not? And that's just due to the illiquidness of it. So just always check where your strike is at and make sure. See, this is not loading. Come on. What target? There we go. See, look at target, right? There's one for you. Oh, and it changed on me. You can see $1.90, 94, 97, 62, 69. It's not fully going down. Some of them are higher than others, and that's just because they're illiquid. So if you were 68 cents, right, you're like, oh, pretend this was 70. I'm not at risk here, but this one's at 60. You're at risk, right? It's just because it's illiquid, and I would be watching out. Anything from, 150 and down would be an issue. It's just because the liquidity comes in there, and it's a bigger bid-ask spreaders. You know what I mean? See how that's higher than that. So just keep that in mind too on liquidity. Let's take a look. You can pull it up. Let's see. On your change, you got to find the right layout here, but your filters, let's see. I don't know if TOS actually has it. Yep, there it is right there. So any one of your columns that you can change, you just come over here. It's under option theoreticals and Greeks, and right here, extrinsic, you click that, and now it's going to show you what those prices are there. So you can do that here in TOS. I want to say all your brokers have it, but I only know TOS and Tasty. So if you have Fidelity or anything like that, it should also have it. Seems to be a common option to pick. So it's going to be under option theoreticals here with all your Greeks, and you'll be able to pull it up there.